hasn't been overlooked or overshadowed just because it was released during the craziest. Be proud of your accomplishments and continue to do what you love. Use your voice to shed light. Well, thank you, Cynthia. No, it's yeah. I mean, it sucks because I haven't even been thinking about my music, and it sucks because then I woke up this morning and listened to it, and I'm still so proud of it, and I'm just like, this is incredible. But then I listen to it, and then I remember what's going on, and so it's hard to listen to it and really be like, yeah, you know. Although I'm so proud of it, and I worked on it for 2 years. It's just not about me in this moment, and I'm really trying to make sure that people know that it's not about that I'm not trying to make it about me. You know what I mean? All right, who's trying to get in here? Trying to find your name. What's yo in Marte? What I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but request to join it because I can't find your name. I can't find your name in here. So yeah, in Marte, request to join it so I can talk to you. So I can talk to you. What the heck? Why can't I find it? All right. Your name is Ellen, you said? I searched your name and it's not letting you. I can't see you. That's so weird. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I guess she's been saying great things. Yeah, okay. Yeah, for some reason I don't see you. So can you I tried to search you too. Hold on, I'm looking. It says you're not even in here. What the heck? So weird. I'm trying to go. What the heck? Okay, go live. Got it. Let's go. Let's get it. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought.
Hello.
Yo, your name is
Great.
Ellen, you said?
Yes, Ellen. Hi.
What's good? I'm
Hi.
sweaty as hell. I don't know.
I'm also sweaty. So yeah, like how I said I wanted to talk about like mental health for so I'm Afro Latina, I'm black and I'm Dominican. I'm
Beautiful.
definitely like I just like went on a run because I needed to cool off. But my point is that definitely the term that I see going around is like vicarious trauma, which is definitely what I think a lot of people who either are directly experiencing it or like who are not directly experiencing it, even like especially I can't go protest because I live with my parents, they're older. I can't really be on the ground. I think I will because I think the protest in in my town is going to be a bit smaller on Saturday, Hackensack, New Jersey. Um, but definitely I think we're all feeling that, well, not all, I don't want to generalize, but I definitely, a lot of us are feeling this kind of vicarious trauma just
Yeah.
watching. These are protests to combat police brutality, but they are being met with more police brutality. So seeing that, I think, just really is it's so disheartening. And I've definitely been feeling a lot of, usually I'm a very like positive optimistic person, this and that, but like also, but seeing everything, definitely very low point. Like I posted on my story earlier, I got very vulnerable with the people who follow me. Like, hey everyone, I'm having a very terrible day. I had a very bad day today. Anxiety was very high. Was feeling very out of whack this entire week. And that's okay because, you know, like especially black people, you know, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to practice self-care. Like I feel like a lot of us are in this constant battle between oh, I need to be informed all the time. I need to be watching the news all the time. I need to be on social media all the time. I need to be constantly looking for developments of things that are happening, but also, oh, but I need to tune out. It's better for my mental health if I do. But then feeling bad when you tune out and just feeling always in the mindset of like, no, I need to keep looking. And so I feel like a lot of us are experiencing that right now. And I just want to say, everyone, especially black people, black and brown, take a break, even for an hour. 30 minutes, do something that makes you happy. I like sat in my car for an hour and like drove around because I needed to be alone and to reset. Whatever it is that you need to, like, there's always a fight to come back to, is the point. So you are allowed to take a break and relax and recollect. It's all emotionally and cognitively taxing. And, especially like, considering being a Black person, not even just in America, everywhere, but like particularly like from experience being a Black person in America, there's a lot of I was watching CNN the other day, and Van Jones was like, Black people see a lot of funerals. There's a lot of that stuff going on. There's a lot of things just by being Black I'm a psychology student. I graduated from my graduate program very like 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you, thank you. But yeah, point is like, like to be an advocate for people, especially like people of color, Black people. Let's make the distinction first of all as a Black and then POC. But yeah, like they're already underserved with like mental health resources and this and that. Health and then mental health. Mental health is health. Sorry, don't mean to make that distinction. Mental health is health, and definitely with this with the lack of resources that we have, I feel to reach out, considering like how we're doing. I like the resources have been being shared by people, people who are doing like free or low cost therapy, even like groups to talk with other people who are like like other Black people, other brown people, whichever. But I just want to go on and be like, we're all kind of experiencing this, even like indirectly if you're at home like me, or even like on the ground, like we're never gonna, the people who actually like face this violence, like I've definitely faced some like not some, a good amount of racism, but like
Mm-hmm.
brutality's never happened to me, but like we just feel this again vicarious trauma just watching it and being like, oh, this is like that is of my own, like I'm Dominican, so like de lo mío, like of my own, like that's someone who's facing this exact same thing, like who's facing this thing that we've all heard of, and this was just the tipping point. So I think now everything like the floodgates are open, and then everyone's very emotional, and so I just wanted to share that. I think a lot of people are going through a rough time right now. Detach for an hour, 30 minutes if you need to. I specifically said Black people. Also, again, if you're just overwhelmed by the content, don't forget to keep educating yourself. But again, everybody take a break for a bit. Watch a funny movie, listen to something, drive around for an hour, if anything, whatever you need to recollect and take care of yourself. Because again, there's always a fight to go back to when you come back home and when you recenter. So I wanted to say that for sure.
You snapped.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
really I'm clapping for you. Like that sorry, that was amazing.
Yeah.
And first of all, congratulations on your psychology
Thank
program. That's
you.
amazing.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for giving that insight because
Of
again, it's
course. Yeah.
again all I can say in this regard is that it's not your job to educate me on what to do, but
Yeah.
I'm very open to obviously if I do something in support of this cause that is either off-putting or makes or seems to be not the
Oh, yeah. We
optimal way to
gotta
do it.
be able to talk
Yeah,
about it. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
absolutely.
So I appreciate like so I'm it's not about me and I'm educating myself as you said and like I think we all are trying to educate ourselves as much as possible. But I appreciate you giving that insight and really speaking about it because I think it is all on all of us individually to educate ourselves and to make the I was saying earlier like one person was saying Cynthia was saying that it's hard to convince people in my house who believe differently than I do. I'm like maybe that's like your mission in all of this, you know what I mean, is to like work
Exactly.
on
Yeah.
that and and we all have our own how we need to go about it. So you that was just really
Yeah,
eloquent the way you
I've
put
been
it.
seeing
So
this. Thank you. I've been seeing this post going around last. I've been seeing this post going around on that note, like, oh, you don't need to occupy every lane. Just even if it's just one, like, be in it and like really put your all into it. Like, you
yeah.
don't need to like. Sometimes you can't occupy every lane. Sometimes you can't protest and then do this and that. Or sometimes you can't donate. Whatever funds you have. Just whatever lane you feel like you can occupy to be in to help out in any way. Like, take it, do it. Yep.
Yeah, that's so yeah, that's
Right.
amazing. And what so I was gonna ask you more because again, like this is more of so you live where do you live again? Did you
I
say that?
lived in New York. I don't right now anymore. I live in Jersey now. I live in North Jersey.
Jersey.
So
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so how are the protests there? Are they getting pretty violent or are they pretty peaceful?
We haven't had one in my city. I live in Hackensack. I don't. We live close to New York. I feel like if anything, a lot of people from my town were going maybe to New York City
Yeah.
to NYC to protest. But I know we're having a protest tomorrow. at the Sears at I believe 5:30 p.m. And then no, sorry, courthouse 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. And then Saturday, another one marching from a Sears to the courthouse at 1 p.m. I believe the times might be wrong, but so as far as I'm concerned, quiet here. But I know elsewhere in New Jersey I think there was a Patterson protest yesterday. It was very peaceful. I know everyone was getting ready for that, but it was very peaceful. To my knowledge, I might be wrong about that, but to my
Mhm.
knowledge, I think it was very peaceful. And there's a bunch of protests going on in Jersey from like now till I think like Sunday. There's I'm in Trenton. Yeah, okay. So someone just said they're in Trenton right now, and
And it's,
protests were violent. Definitely, like in some areas more than others. I'm sure it's been getting really hectic, but like from my knowledge, at least like where I am, it's fine. And I think I'm going to go to the approach. If it's smaller, because I'm worried about because I live with my parents. But if it's smaller, I'll go to one
yeah,
tomorrow, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, it hasn't been. Yeah, Trenton might be bad, and like, but yeah, there's some places that I think are large numbers, but for the most part, not super like crazy, like protests, like like not
yeah.
like yeah,
The only thing I'm worried about, and obviously I encourage everyone to get out there and protest because I mean I went to the one in Santa Ana a few days ago,
yeah,
and
good for you. Yes,
but like I thought about this as I left. One thing that I just want everyone that's out there to keep your head on a swivel and really because like it just seems like a perfect opportunity for someone to do something terrible and someone to just roll up and do.
exactly
So I
right.
just be like I'm talking about something completely separate from the protests. Like some like I'm not trying to like I had like a bunch of horror stories run through my head. So if everyone if you I do encourage people to get out there and use their voice for sure. Just just
Be
don't
careful of people who take advantage of the situation.
yeah, just
I
look
feel
around, like,
to
because
right.
someone could like, I have even like we haven't had like a mass shooting in a while, but like I'm really
Mm-hmm.
afraid of that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't. Again, I
Right.
still,
It
it
feels like
sucks.
a unfortunately like a storm that has all these factors together that might make that
Yeah,
happen. I know it's very scary.
yeah. So just all I'm saying is that yeah, if you guys get out there, again, I do encourage it because it's important that we use our First Amendment right and that we use our voice. Just look around,
Exactly.
make sure you see everything around you, and just I don't know. It's just stay safe. That's all I can really say about it. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Gotta be as
Yeah.
safe as we can, but like we gotta show up, show out.
Yeah, no, you got to. No, and that's so important. And what you're saying is just, ah, man, it's just, I never want. I'm glad that I brought you on here too because that you decided that you were like that you were nice enough to come on because it was. I don't want to speak too much on this because like I always say, this is not. This doesn't really have anything to do with me or my ancestors. Like I haven't experienced this, but I want to help. So I appreciate you
Right,
getting
yeah.
on here and just and
Thank you.
really
Yeah.
giving your insight because it's not my story to tell. You know.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Love your music.
Thank you. No, I
Had to
appreciate
pop
that.
that in, but thank you so much. I know that yeah, coming on talking about it, I was like, what does John have to say? Let me see what's on his live, and I'm
Well,
glad that you're here talking about it.
no, I appreciate and I appreciate again the support on the music as well too. Although it's hard to think about that in this moment. I appreciate you saying that so much for sure. But yeah, no, I'm glad that you were able to come on. You're loading for some reason and I can't see you. But thank you so much, Ellen. You're amazing and yeah, you're so intelligent too. Wow. Um, yeah, where'd she go? I can't see her anymore. Oh, she left. All right, cool. She left. That was awesome. Anybody else have a testimony of any kind? I don't know how much time I have left because it cuts you off after an hour. But does anyone else have any testimony that they want to talk about regarding what's happening right now? And yeah, because again, it's not really my story to tell. A dangerous mind. I love you. Yeah, Ellen for president, low key, the lowest of keys. Not actually very high key. Who's trying to pull up? Who is trying to pull up? Oh, let's do this. Let's do John Lindahl fan account. Let's go. John Lindahl fan account. Let's get it. Yo!
Hi, how are
What's
you?
going on?
I'm, doing as well as I can.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Hmm. Long answer or short. um, it's I'm I'm honest. I'm it's um I mean having these conversations with my family is like it's never it's never fun. Um, but I'm glad that's why I'm glad to have such discerning parents who are like always always there for me, and the thing about my parents is that they're always wise. They've always been very they've always been a praying family, so I guess just going through this and with prayer and faith, it's honestly it's I think that's what's helping me and all of us get through this. So
Yeah. No, it's amazing that your parents have been helping. Same thing with I've been able to talk well too, and that's so important, especially all side with COVID, and we need to have people that we look up to really give some on. And other another have you been out to protest at all, or have you been
I
like going on?
I not. I haven't been out protesting yet. I want to go because they usually start the march like down the street from where I live. So hopefully, I want to go tomorrow. I want to see if I can go tomorrow. So hopefully I'll be able to make it.
Where do you live? I mean,
I
not, don't feel comfortable, but like, um,
I live in West Palm in Florida, West
oh,
Palm Beach.
awesome.
Yeah, nobody knows about it.
I do because of because I've done a musical and they like, and so the reason I know it. But so are you? How have you been everything like emotionally? As like what have you been doing? To your heads on.
Honestly, I do a lot of writing. I do because I journal a lot. Um, I think that for me, it's always been hard to speak my feelings. So for me to write it out and see my feelings on paper, it honestly, uh, and then I go back and I read what I've written. It honestly puts so much of it puts so much into perspective, and it really does open up my mind, and it makes me want to actually like put action to those words.
Mm-hmm.
So So, I mean, journaling has just been my main source of just getting through all of this. So,
Do you write like? Is it? Do you write prose? Like what stuff is
it's
it?
it's honestly anything that comes to me, whether it be like scripts. Sometimes I like to write out dialogues. Would that be like a little like maybe a speech? Sometimes I'll write like a speech of like I don't know as if I'm speaking to like a group of it's like I'm group speaking to a group of racists. So so I mean, listen, I do whatever I can to really express whatever I can.
Would you? Okay, you might not want to do this, but if you have any that you feel might resonate with everyone, if you want, read it to us. Give us a speech. Unless you don't want, I just
I
think it might be this might be
you
something.
know I don't have my journal with me, so that's the sad part. I don't have my journal with me. Um, but I definitely want to read it at some point. Um, so I mean, hopefully, yeah. I don't, but yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I did. I wish I had it with me.
Good. Maybe when this all we have whenever I'm able to go on work and read because I know chat will be there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Going
just yeah. I'm actually gonna post a few poems that I've written soon. So just because I've somebody told me I should go ahead and do that. So I'll definitely think about posting a few things that I have written down. So
beautiful.
yeah, but honestly, I just want to say thank you so much for just being out there and marching. Because honestly, like I don't know, I was talking to my uncle and he was like saying, "Oh, and he's old, so he's like, so he said something like, "Oh, it's all a conspiracy, all these white people and non-black people out there." I'm just like, no, I don't think that at least for me, I choose to believe that there's more good than evil in the world, and I think that's what keeps me going and keeps me more optimistic for the future. But honestly, I think that more than anything, everybody out here is marching. We need to be marching to the voting polls because I think that we need to change things of what's going on in administrations. Get certain people out of office. Not gonna say who, but just saying. We need, just saying. But we just, but I am very appreciative of seeing so many allies like yourself for not even just of the Black community, but of the LGBT community, of for women, and I, it really does bring a lot of joy and a lot of, to my heart and a lot of tears to my eyes because being because being of discrimination for so many years and being a victim of uh, vicious attacks, it brings lots of love to me to see that there's still love out there. Thank you for that.
But hey, you don't have to thank me for anything. That I'm supposed to get as many people on our sides as possible. Like again, I said I'm here for you regardless. I I don't want this to be a thing where you thank someone for love for supporting you as a human being. That's so messed up that you feel the need. I as much as I like I'm gonna try my best at that. And one thing about I'll just about for me, I have all my representation. I work with my management are both women, and so and I have a lot of LGBTQ members in my family. I have a lot. I've by obviously the Black created me, and then privilege that from a societal standpoint has I want to lift up the people I love. So weird that I've being a straight white male. It's so it's in my head. It's the way it is, but that's the way it is. I'm gonna use that to lift you up, to lift everyone else around me up, because it shouldn't have that privilege. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I didn't do anything to so and so that's all I'm saying. And I know that everyone in this it's someday there's a day where I feel like you have to thank someone for supporting your cause and supporting you as a human being.
Right.
You don't have to thank someone for that. I think there'll be someone that tries to do you wrong, other people that are jumping to your defense. That's what it's going to be. I'm with you. I believe in the world than bad. I really do.
Right. Yeah. I love you so much.
I love you
I
too.
I love you. I can't wait to just hug you and just really tell you how much you really mean to me. Like it's just and me it's just me talking to you. This honestly made my day. Honestly, and it having this conversation did raise my spirits a bit. So thank you so much for that.
I'm glad that that you had one of your poems and then you did it to us. But
Hopefully, hopefully, let me tell you, I might need to rewrite a few things. Ooh,
someone is
I
someone your name is can you put the chat just so
what?
someone has asked what your name is. Could you
Oh,
just
yeah, my name is Desmond. So I know it's not, it's nothing special, but it's just Desmond. So
oh Desmond's sick. That's the main character in Assassin's Creed. Like one of the guys in Assassin's Creed.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Desmond Miles. Desmond Miles. That's a fire name.
Uh, Stop,
Play? You play that too? Assassin's Creed?
I tried, and I die every time. Uh, so I just resorted to reading. So I leave the video games to the others. Nah, I mm.
Will you write scripts though? Because write scripts and I do a video game at some point or something that you wrote.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, actually, uh, we might actually be doing a few putting these scripts to action because I also have. I don't know if I told you this, but I have an entertainment company,
Oh,
and we do short films all the time. So I think like especially now in this time, we're definitely wanting to like do something for that. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, we'll probably do like a little something to post to YouTube, and I'll definitely send you the link. I'll send everybody the
Yeah,
links.
please. That's awesome. We would love to support you. We all and yes, thank you for coming on and just shedding light on the situation, giving and we appreciate you. This is we all are standing and yeah, do help ameliorate the situation in any way that any well, that, like you guys just DM know what I can do. And let's get into this. Yeah, I can't speak English.
So much. I love you. I love you so much.
For sure. Anyone else that wants to come in and talk, I don't know anything, but thank you.
You're fine. No, thank you.
Bye. I think I don't know how much time. I think I might have time for one more. I might have time just, and I'm only saying I have time because of the hour mark that Instagram has. I don't know when I started, but let me see. Oh, whoops. Who else is in here? I gotta get. Oh, okay. Jared Starnes. Jared Starnes. I asked him earlier. Let's go. Let's go, brother. Jared. Where you at? Jared.
How are you doing?
What's up, everyone? Give a round of applause for Jared, everyone. Like, seriously.
A round of applause for everyone in here. I'm glad that everyone's in here. Let's clap for everyone, including you, man.
This has been really positive. It's been a super positive live.
It has. It has.
You okay? So the floor is yours, man. Like, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great. Although that there's stuff that's going on, but if we ever act like some of the people that are acting with anger and stuff, it's gonna turn violent. Martin Luther King, what he did, it was all with love. So, if we come in here with love, we build an understanding for why people like the police are fearful, why people people that might be trying to do violent things and interrupt the protests for people trying to stand up, why they're doing that, and we can talk to them. But if we react to them with violence, that's not going to solve anything. Trying to go to the people that are doing the bad things, burning down buildings, attacking black businesses, or even looting Target, like how that happened in Minnesota. That going to attack them, going yelling at them, saying that they're the issue, and not building an understanding for why they're doing that, that's not going to solve anything.
Yeah.
So what I believe what we need to do, what all of us need to do, is be here for each other, listen to each other, because there's a fine print for everyone why they're burning down those buildings. To express their anger. Not everything, in the 1960s when during Martin Luther King's protest was peaceful. There has to be someone who people can look up to. With what's going on right now with COVID-19, with over 40 million people in the United States that are unemployed. Those are a lot of people that are angry right now too, who don't have jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people right now, kids who all of us are on online school. We're not able to go to school, and there's people, in Chicago right now. My mom's a teacher, and her kids can't even do schoolwork, even at home, because of the protests in Chicago on the South Side. And this is not just something that has to do with police. This is not just something that just affects Black people right now. This is a global issue. Yes, with what happened, Floyd, but this is everyone who's affected. Sadly, this is doing with Black lives that are getting shot, but this is COVID-19. 100,000 people died in the United States alone, and over 1 million people had COVID-19, and a lot of people can't even see their grandparents in nursing homes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, real
You
quick.
said again?
There's only a minute left. I'm gonna join when it ends. I'm gonna post it back up, and then I'm gonna join again, just so you know. So we're gonna keep going. Just
Okay.
when it cuts off, just join my live again, and we'll off as well. But keep going, for sure.
Yeah. So let's just restart the live right now, okay?
Sick. Sounds good, man.
So it doesn't cut out.
Awesome. Awesome. Here we go.